Living a faith has taught me how to dig deeper in my word, to really understand what I'm reading. Scripture mapping and different translations opened a whole new plethora of information to help me understand better. Car maintenance might be the most practical class I've had here, teaching me the basics like fluid and oil changes, all the way up to how the engine itself works. The skills I've learned from this class might save my life and my wallet. In military class, I learned about the different branches of military who give their time, willpower, and lives for us to be able to have life, liberty, and freedom. In Lego Economics, which was by far my favorite class, I learned about world economics, GPA, and our own U.S. economy. It takes a lot more to have a city function than I had previously thought. So come on over to Avalon to see how me and my classmates did at EHA. So here's a little bit of backstory on Daniel, some questions you might have before reading the book. According to Daniel chapter 9, verse 2, and Daniel chapter 10, verse 2, Daniel himself is writing the book from his own point of view. He was writing down the records of the actions, prophecies, miracles of God's doing, while he, along with the other Israelites, were in Babylonian captivity around 540 and 530 BC. The reason God's chosen was in captivity was due to Judah's repeated idolatry and disobedience to God. Though Daniel was captured and persecuted for his faith, he was always patient and prayerful. Some leading ideas that Daniel wrote about and lived by was to live life knowing that only God's kingdom will ultimately prevail. My object lesson is the drawings that I did of Daniel, his three friends, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, in the fiery furnace with the fourth man in the fire, and him in the lion's den. Some facts. Daniel and his friends were around 17 when they were captured from Judah. They were specifically taken from the royal and noble families to serve in Nebuchadnezzar's court. They were also strong, healthy, and handsome. More facts. Daniel was about 80 when he was cast into the lion's den for praying to the God of heaven. God sent an angel to shut the lions' mouths so that they wouldn't harm him. The book of Daniel is very prophetic, with Daniel himself receiving 4 major visions of the future from God. Chapters 1 through 6 are about Daniel and his friends, and chapters 7 through 12 are about the visions that he received. For my scripture mapping, the verses that I chose were Daniel's chapter 2, verse 19 through 20. That night, God clearly revealed to Daniel in a night vision the mystery of the dream. Then Daniel praised the God of heaven, saying, May the blessed name of God be praised forever and ever, for wisdom and might are his alone. In Daniel chapter 3, verse 16 through 18, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego replied, O Nebuchadnezzar, we do not need to defend ourselves before you. If we are thrown into the blazing furnace, the God whom we serve is able to save us. He will rescue us from your power, your majesty. But even if he doesn't, we want to make it clear to you, your majesty, that we will never serve your gods or worship the gold statue you have set up. Both Daniel and his friends showed that their faith was stronger than the consequences that they would receive if they disobeyed Nebuchadnezzar and listened to God.